Walk cycles. One of the most basic things about brick filming is a walk cycle. If you're going to be a brick filmer, then you need to know how to do a walk cycle. So in this video, I'm going to be showing you a few different tips to improve your walk cycles. One thing that I do is I use a little remote camera shutter that I also purchased along with this tripod right here, instead of actually pressing the button with my finger, because it just works a lot better. Pressing the button will move the camera and it will cause a lot of light flicker, and that is definitely unwanted because it makes the brick film a lot harder to follow. So it's definitely a lot better to have one of these. And if you don't have one of these, then you can just hook up Bluetooth headphones even, or just non-Bluetooth headphones. You can just plug them into your phone and use the little volume buttons, and those will work perfectly. I mean, those will probably work just as good as this, but if you have this, this is what it's made for, so I would suggest using that. But if not, there's plenty that you can make do with. If not, you could also just use the timer on that, but I would recommend also not doing that because you can focus it. Just using one of these gives you a lot more time than the timer. With the timer, you're either rushed or you're wasting time, so it's just better to have this to take the picture when you're ready. Now let's get on to the actual part about filming. When you're brick filming a walk cycle, you do not want to over-exaggerate the movements at all. Here, as you can see, I just keep the foot not even off the plate. I make sure that the bottom is still touching and I barely bring up the other hand. Then you move it and you balance them between both without moving the hand or foot anymore. Then you finally push this here, and then lastly you take this other leg and put them together. At this point you also move the hand back in the spot. Then you can repeat that with the others, step by step. Foot out, balance, in, and then back to the start position again. And you want to keep the arm and leg movement small, because humans don't walk like this, so Legos shouldn't either. You should give them a more realistic approach, like this natural walk, where the feet and arms don't move much from the side of your body. That walk cycle, the feet were better, but you still want to make sure that the arm swings aren't over-exaggerated. Just move them out a tiny bit. Another thing that will make your walk cycle look a lot better, that I actually just recently found out from another YouTuber, is don't move the torso around when you're doing a walk cycle. If you have onion skinning enabled, it definitely helps out, because all you have to do is look and make sure that it's in the right spot, and if not, just move it a little bit so it gets right in the right spot. It takes a little bit more time, but in the end, it's not really that much more, and it makes it look a lot smoother. That walk cycle, you could see that I didn't move the torso as much. I tried to keep it in one space. Another thing you want to avoid doing, like I did in that clip you just saw, is having to exit while you're doing a walk cycle, because really any scene, because if you move the camera, it's hard to get it back, and especially if it's on a zoom, it's really hard to get it back. So as you can see, the camera moved a little bit, so I'm not gonna give you like anything, like, not saying it's not bad to do, because I obviously still do it a lot, but just try your best not to do it, because it does look better without having to do that. And that's basically my better walk cycle tutorial. Hopefully you found this helpful in some way. If you're an experienced brick filmer, maybe there was something you didn't know. If you're new to brick filming, I hope that this would also help you out even more, because it definitely, I think it would be really useful to watch tutorials starting out and to get kind of some more pro tips getting better, which I'm by no means a pro, obviously, but definitely getting some tips from people who are a little bit more experienced and then working your way up, and that's how you get more experienced faster. Thanks for watching. Make sure to like, subscribe, and leave a comment, and I will see you guys next time. Peace.